38,000, not deer count. I'd like to call the meeting to order again with pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on the agenda is approval of the agenda as presented. We need to add an additional appropriation for background checks, and we'll do that under 6C. Any other changes, modifications, or additions?
No, I make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Public comment. I see none. Next one is Mary Kay Elder and Cindy Taylor of the Election Board, polling locations.
Come on, Mark. Stephanie.
I'm too tired. Okay, we need your blessing on these, on the precincts that we use for election. Do you need to know, I can give you the names of what they are. Do you need to know the actual voting places? I mean, the voting places, but like 1, 2, and 3
That's
The
all.
for
precincts.
the depot.
Yeah, I think
You
it's all
got
on there.
that?
Yeah, this is all.
Okay,
I think
Okay.
my only question was, there wasn't any changes from last year, correct?
no.
Okay.
No,
No, it's all on here.
okay. Okay, we need approval.
Any other questions, comments?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the polling locations for the 2026 primary and
General,
general election.
Yeah, and also in here for the
early voting.
early voting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may cut it down to half. It's normally 28 days, but they're kicking it around. It may go to 16.
Okay.
That's it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion
Thank you, guys.
passes.
Thank you.
Next item is Mindy's last line. Cyclical reassessment contract.
Well, here we are again. My only question before I go any further is where are we with Eagle View?
Go flying this spring.
So if they're flying this spring, when will that data be available? Have you contracted with them yet?
Yes. Yes, they've got it already scheduled.
So when will that be available? Will it be available before May?
Sure.
Do you know that for sure, or
Nope,
you?
I'm speculating. I think they're well aware of it. It has to be available for reassessment purposes.
We have to be trained and all
Then
that.
if you want to, we can table it and I can call him and ask
I'm
him.
not gonna, I'm not tabling anything. I'm just asking questions because I brought this up months ago, that I felt like we were behind the 8 ball on this. And at that meeting in December, you stated the county was already flown.
You can find out tomorrow, can't you, Randy? Can you email?
I can call him. They've got it scheduled. I don't know if they got a specific date, but they had told me that they need to fly in our area before the leaves come out. So he didn't give me a specific date, but he said it is scheduled to be flown. I think once it's flown, the data shortly thereafter will be available. I don't
So
know
you
what,
don't have it.
I have no idea from the time that they fly it to whenever they generate completed data.
But you can find out tomorrow.
I can call him and ask him. He probably will give me a range of X number of days between the time it flies to the time it's put in a usable form.
And
We'll
then
get
you
that to you.
can
Yeah.
relay that to Mindy.
I can call and ask him.
Did you guys already sign a contract?
We approved it January maybe?
Don't have a signed contract.
You have to
We got
upload that on Gateway.
Huh?
Don't you have to put that on Gateway within 10 days of it being signed?
I do have a question on for the Tyler Technologies. So when their values are ready to be uploaded, or how that process works, are we allowed to see those values before, or is it just you that can see those values?
What
How
do you
does that
mean
work?
by Tyler uploading values?
I'm assuming that they do, and that may be a wrong statement. So when they do their values, who puts that data in there?
When they do data review, that's not value, that's if they're looking at a property and if they make any changes, that is in a database, and then we pull that up, and then we pull up Exoft, and then we review their suggested changes, and then we data enter those.
So my question is, a few questions that I have got were, how do these values get changed? Like, so if Tyler says my value is $150,000, then all of a sudden,
Tyler doesn't say that a property is valued at $150,000. There's a big process.
so when that value is entered by these,
When that value is determined, and we're doing mass appraisal, that is done during the ratio study process.
okay,
And so we pull the sales data. And then, so let's start January 1 of this year. By February 1st, I have to pull all of the 2025 sales and upload those to the state. The state has to approve those sales files. So we just got approval Friday for our sales file.
to upload those.
We've already started the ratio study process. So basically that's taking all of those sales, and you take those sales and you average those sales in a particular neighborhood. So the whole county is in neighborhoods.
Mhm.
So all, like Vista
Yeah, we're gonna
Ridge
do that,
is
yeah.
Waterview. Some of those are waterfront. Some of those are none of that. So all of those are neighborhoods. So we take all of those sales from 2025 and we put those in those neighborhood buckets. Then we take that neighborhood bucket and average those sales. And then we take those neighborhood assessed values and average those assessed values. And based on those sales, based on what market is saying, are our values where they need to be? Do we need to trend them up? Do we need to trend them down, or we need to leave them alone? So based on those sales and based on our average assessed value, we may have to add a market adjuster of XYZ percent. So it's not looking at each individual parcel and putting 150, 135. It's mass appraisal based on neighborhood and a market value. Does that make sense?
Yes,
So we don't individually look at values, but when that ratio study is being done, we're working together and looking at the sales in the neighborhoods and looking at, is there an area that is selling more rapidly that doesn't match the rest of the neighborhood? Do we need to pull that area out and delineate that out and make it its own neighborhood? So there's a lot of moving and shaking parts that go into it. But before any values are set, I sat down, me and my staff sat down with Tyler, and we review that ratio study. This neighborhood looks like it needs to go up 5%. This neighborhood looks like it needs to stay the same. This neighborhood looks like we need to turn it down 2%.
so do we keep track of that history, or is it
That
just?
is all in, that ratio study is approved from the DLGF.
Okay.
So they see that, and I don't know if they have that on their public website.
Okay.
But I know I will have that.
Okay, I guess that's my, are we allowed to see that, or is that a question I need to call them and say, hey, can we see these values?
Now, if
So
you're gonna
the-
see a neighborhood, you're not gonna see Pam Jaminski's property value
Right,
at
just the neighborhoods.
$150,000, just so you understand what we do.
So that, I got a question with that. So that you're doing it by neighborhood, so if
So,
We would see the same neighborhood. In other words, if it had a 2% increase, the entire neighborhood would have a 2% increase. The only thing that would be an outlier is if somebody built a garage or did something
There's
else. that
multiple
would-
different factors in there. So if a particular parcel, the market adjuster is adjusting 2%, but that same house is a newer home, but still is getting depreciation, may depreciate 5%. So that house may see no change at all, or may see a decrease. You can't look at you have to look at mass appraisal, and it's, with assessing, it's not everybody and always, because there's so many different parts within there. We're trending based on the neighborhood factor, but within that neighborhood, everybody may be affected to that differently based on age of their property, condition of their property, different variables that go into that. Does that make sense?
Not really, because I'm thinking if somebody has a 10-year-old house and a 5-year-old house,
They're gonna
Then it-
depreciate differently.
yeah, slightly.
But if you have a 30-year-old home, it's depreciated out.
Right.
It's not gonna get anything. So
Right.
it may see that full 2%, where a 5-year-old home is gonna get a 7% depreciation value. So they're not gonna see that 2% increase because that 5% decrease.
So a
is-
newer home would not be impacted as much of an
They may
older
not, yes,
home
correct,
on when you do neighborhood.
right. And there's house types and,
Yeah, but those, I'm just thinking if it doesn't change, because I know I've had some people come in and say, wow, my house went up this much and my neighbor's house went up substantially less or more or whatever. I mean,
And
just
there's
curious how
house
they
types,
can
so like a
have.
Like
ranch.
that, yeah.
if you're seeing ranch selling twice as much as a 2-story within that neighborhood, the ranches may
have
adjust
a different-
differently than that 2-story dwelling adjust.
Gotcha.
And I'm simplifying the whole process, but trying to get you to get to the gist of it.
How many legitimate sales do we have in the county? Just curious.
Last
are
year we
actually
had
accepted.
519 sales.
And they were all okay to be used? Because I know a lot of
519
times when
sales
they're doing
were approved
trading
in
and
our
stuff
sales
like
file.
that, it
Yes.
didn't, they
Yeah,
won't
and we may
use it.
have, if we have an area that has fewer sales like Oil and
Some of that,
Leopold,
Yeah.
probably are not gonna have the same sales as Tell City has. So we may have to group some neighborhoods of like factors together to get enough sales, to get a true accurate idea of what that trend is saying. And we have to exclude all agricultural sales.
to exclude them.
We exclude those based on state statute.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I can't think of any right now.
So I'm going to ask, based on that Eagle View is gonna be up and ready to approve the Tyler Technologies contract that was open at the January 5th meeting, or February 5th meeting.
I make a motion for approval.
Any other questions?
No. Thank
Okay, we got a motion. Do we have a second?
So,
And all those in favor of approving the Tyler Technology bid?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, so do you guys want to sign this, or do you want me to leave it with Chris?
just leave it up here. We got all kinds of things. We sign it
I'll
now.
leave it to the right page where you're gonna sign.
Chris will get it to her tomorrow.
Yeah.
Next item on our agenda is bridge inspection contract.
I have our next 4-year contract, asking you guys to sign off on. It's been approved by NDOT. And they are requesting, did you get my email? Do they would like to have it back tomorrow? Possibly.
got it right here.
I must have missed that. When'd you send it?
It's right here.
Last week.
Okay.
Yep.
So I must have ignored it. How's that?
Okay.
I went through the,
That's that.
you sent the, was it the same packet where you had the,
Copy of it.
The report, I
The
think
report?
it was attached to this.
Yeah.
I went into the report and went through it.
Oh,
This looks like something that's just on the end that don't mean nothing, but it's for
yeah, it's
NDOT.
from the program there.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, so I didn't pay attention to this. Okay,
Any questions about any of that?
this is an 80-20 split, right? Federal
Yes.
government, and
Yes,
we pay 20%
federal
of it.
will reimburse us 80% of it. It was less than what we expected this time because everybody was telling us it's gonna be from 28 to 40% increase because of the changes that NDOT made last year. But this only comes up to 19%.
What was the contract anyway, Steve, how much?
The total is $374,067.
And that's for 4 year, right?
Yes. The federal share is $299,253.60, and our share will be $74,813.40, which comes down to $18,703.35 a year.
What do you pay that out of? Bridge?
Cute, yeah. So,
We pay it up front, and then she does the vouchers, Maryland does, and they reimburse us 80% if you follow all the.
We're still on, we don't have any bridge that's less than a 2-year inspection, do we?
No. Yeah, we do. We got one that went on this time. Our compliance month is January, so January they went and looked at the bridges. Each year they'd look at a different thing on them. Every 2 years they do a complete inspection of all 100 of them. The bridge down there by the hog farm on Hopper Road, that went on annual inspection. That's the one we have.
What's the problem with it?
It's a historic bridge, one of the old historic bridges.
that'll tie
When we
your
started
hands.
doing this, we had 12 that was on annual inspection. Within 2 or 3 years, we got them all.
Back to 2-year, yeah.
So this one will be annual now?
This will be an annual now.
That's the one that had a lot of use because it was on the detour, wasn't it? Yeah. Got
That'll
hit pretty hard.
tie your hands on that federal, or them historic things a lot.
Yes, they said that was really a process.
Yeah.
For this process, it takes 2 years to get everything done. To get ready by, we have to have it ready for them to start in January. They have to inspect every bridge in January of next year. That's our compliance month. We've got underwater inspection on one, and they have to bring in cranes and get up under the bridge where they lift them up and see the bottom of it on some of them. And it's quite a process.
That's a 4 year contract, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Any other questions?
How was the engineer selected? Just for, I kind of think I understand the answer, but like the engineer for like, I think Lockmuller is doing this one.
All that should have been in that package I sent. The way that works is you just send out for RFPs. I said the other day we got 4, we didn't, we got 3, and another letter that they weren't interested in from the 4th one. But we had 3 RFPs this time. Last 4-year cycle, we only got 1. But we did get 3 this time, and you go through them. The NDOT approves all of it and sends it back to you, and then you score them. And the scoring sheet was in that stuff I sent. And, it's all controlled by NDOT. After they're scored and you fill out your paperwork, you send it back to NDOT. They approve it or don't approve it, they send it back. So, they approved everything we've done so far. It's all controlled by NDOT. It's a federally mandated thing, and it's all administered by NDOT
How do you pick your scores?
or ERCs. You have to be an ERC to do any of this. We were down to 2. Now we've got 4 people that are ERCs now, which did the scoring on this.
So is there a certain requirement from the state, how many people have to score each,
No,
Or is that-
the state wants you to have 3 ERCs.
at least minimum, or?
Well, you can get by with less than that, but they want you to have 3. We were down to 2, now we're back to 4, so we're in good shape on that.
What's an ERC? What's that acronym?
Employee of responsible charge. You have to do recertify every year. You do it. They got it now where you can do it online. There's one for bridge and one for basic ERC roads. One of them's 10 tests and one of them's 7 tests that you do on the computer.
And then you renew them every year or
Every
two?
year they have to be renewed, yes.
Any other questions? I'd entertain a motion to approve the bridge inspection contract.
I'll make a motion.
I second that.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Stay there.
Yeah.
No issue walking back and forth. Next item up is an additional appropriation from Cume Bridge.
Yeah, this is for bridge number 6 on County Road 10. That's, during the last bridge inspection, they said it was needing replaced worse than any of our other bridges. And we were going to try to replace it last year, and we didn't. Our bridge guy didn't get to it last year, so he's gonna start this spring on it.
Where's that located? I mean, the
Down-
numbers. Give me an old name.
Russell Carter, you know where he
Russell
lives?
Carter's, okay. I know where that's at.
Between him and Morris.
Okay. Now I know where you're talking about. Yeah, water gets over there all the time. Over that bridge. Well, when it gets pretty high, that's one of our escape routes.
Do you know how old that bridge is? Just for the heck, just a guess. You don't have to, just curious.
I think it was built in I think it was built in 1978 or 9. I was working there when they built that bridge new. Malone Brothers built it. We had to run around through the creek, you go down through the creek and out. And I mean, it don't seem like we're gonna have to be replacing that already,
Well, that's 48 years.
but I guess.
I mean, I don't know what your expected life expectancy of a bridge is in a county. I have no idea.
Well, I guess it's older than I realized.
Especially with the concrete starts to deteriorate and everything else goes with it.
And we've had several problems with that bridge over the years. It kept falling in on the upper end. They didn't pour a supporting wall under. They just had riprap and stuff, and that would cave off, and we'd have to dig down. We finally poured concrete on it several years ago and stopped that problem.
Is it a full replacement? Is that what?
Yes,
Do you know when that's gonna happen?
as soon as the weather gets where he can start on it.
That's good,
I'm
because
hoping that,
I hear we're gonna have bad high water.
yeah,
So how long is that going to be down?
probably, he usually gets them built. He says 3 months, but he's usually done in 2.
So we're going to have a traffic problem there? or not?
Well, hopefully the school is out before he starts on it. I don't know, I'll have to get with them, but they can detour around and, they'll have to go a long ways around.
So you can kind of identify that time frame, because I know a lot of the farmers,
Yeah,
depending on what part of the year you get into, they're going to be planting and
But
things
we
like
may,
that.
we may have to look at trying to make a down through the creek again like they did the other time, where people can get through there if they have to.
yeah, that's,
Depends on how wet it is and all
that creek is not real deep.
No, it's not real bad.
You know,
real
you
deep
could
or anything.
Drive through it with four-wheel drive if you had some sense.
Yeah.
The equipment could get through it.
You don't have like a temporary bridge, do you?
No, Forest Service got one, we don't have one. They loaned it to us.
There you go. There you go.
I make a motion for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you. I have one other question for you. You guys tabled my reappointment. Have you given any more thought to any of that or made any kind of decision or anything?
We haven't really done anything other than, we're looking for kind of a plan. Did you get anything back from Lock Millers?
They were supposed to have me by the end of the week, some estimates on a
Okay.
road plan. And I've also contacted the second one, Cash Wagner. We do some business with them. And they're gonna get us a plan, or a public estimate on a plan also. Lockweaver said they was gonna set it up like a menu. You can pick what you want on, if you want just part of it, or if you want the complete plan, or, you know, whatever part you're interested in.
Yeah,
And I'm
however,
gonna go with
Becky
this,
gave me she gave me a copy of
the
that
Noble
one.
County
And that's a whole lot.
road plan, and I told him I'd come out to the garage one day and we'd go through this to see if there was anything that we could use out of this or need.
see, some of that, it's just like at some point, we need to get the entire county
Mhm.
And then if we want to turn around and segment it, that this year we're going to aim on this next year, this,
Yeah.
kind of like that one does. So
Yeah.
you have a bad year, we may not get it done. But I mean, at least you have somewhat of a plan as
Did you
to
see
how
this
from
one?
now till 10 years from now, you're going to address
Oh,
the
you
issue.
know that, I think so.
And then try to make sure we get the money set aside so we can do it.
I don't-
I did find an older plan,
Even before the one that he showed us
back
before.
in the sixties.
So at least it was a 20-year difference there. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
But even if it was 63 to 83, we skipped 2003 and we skipped 2023. So we're well behind the need to get something.
But basically, we had our executive session meeting, and then we were gonna meet again in 30 days to see if you had those prices from that. That's kind of the plan. We're not putting you off or anything like that, but that was,
Bosby was just supposed to have me some prices by the end of this week.
okay.
And Cash Wagner is looking to help plan and getting me some prices. I don't know how quick they'll have prices.
Then the next question is going to be how quick they could put it together.
Right.
Now, they may give you a price and say it'll be 3 years from now. But
I think Lockwood, I don't know how the prices are gonna be, but Lockmuir's have got, they can do things pretty quick.
they have the resources.
They have the resources, that's correct. yes.
Yeah, because I told Steve, just don't get it from one, you need to really get it from two so we can
Yeah, compare.
compare on that.
And then just to ask them that question about, if we made the decision tomorrow,
Okay.
how fast could you put it in place where, just to get an idea
Okay.
as to what they could do.
All right.
So,
Thank you all.
See ya.
Thank you.
Next item we have is an additional appropriation. And this is, Chris is going to hold this, take it to the council. Our background checks have went well beyond what they budgeted.
It's in your budget.
So we need to add another $500. And it came from the Riverboat Fund originally, so we're looking to add a $500 to those background checks out of the Riverboat, and the council will have to approve it. So
Make a
our
motion?
First step.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item up is the minutes of 02/02/2026. Is there any changes, modifications?
I make a motion to approve?
I don't think I was here.
You can still approve them if you read them.
Hmm?
Even if you weren't here for the meeting, if you reviewed the meeting,
Yeah, I
then you
did.
can still, yeah.
I can second it. A motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And Becky, did you abstain?
I will abstain, yeah.
Okay. Next item up is payroll for February 13th, 2026 in the amount of $182,429.57. Entertain a motion.
Motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
February 13th, 2026 payroll withholding in the amount of $39,017.42.
I make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Medical insurance in the amount of $21,650.47.
I make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
February 13th, 2026 solid waste claims in the amount of $3,483.63.
I'll make the motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
And I do want to say that concrete work should be starting soon down there.
Good. We just need some weather.
Yeah, since the weather's broke some, if it don't get too soupy.
The next item is February 13th, 2026 accounts payable in the amount of $923,972.17.
I make a motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Snyder Curve. It's the next one.
Okay, sorry.
Yep.
You can come up here.
Although there's been a lot going on.
I think, did not Andrew was working this? I don't think there's any issues. It's a matter, didn't David get a description,
I believe
legal description?
so. I think that was produced.
Yes. And didn't we discussed that at one of our recent meetings?
So the latest thing, as of today, was Andrew sent her a form, what was that, the intent to vacate? So they're working on that, but she had another question, but I think it may be more for Andrew, but,
Yeah, I think I'll hold off for today on that question.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Sorry
Take
it's
a chance.
taking so long.
yeah, it was,
It's
it's
just-
just,
I'll read through that form and then see what that answers my questions.
Okay.
Cause it just goes, you think you get over here and then you're 3 steps behind because there's no
It's confusing.
deed, there's no survey,
A
there's
lot
no.
of times how this ground was acquired is a little fuzzy also through the years.
Yeah.
So,
That was my great grandmother. I didn't get the chance to meet her. She died soon after she granted that away. So,
well, hopefully we'll have this complete for you very soon.
Great.
Thank you.
yeah,
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Next one is our open board appointments, and those are, I think we're still waiting on Andrew about the positions on the health board. Because whether we have, because I know he's supposedly looking into that. So we just need to,
I just thought maybe.
I think I know who that one is, and I'm gonna probably call him because he just failed to put an application in, because I think he's still serving.
Really?
I suspect. I
Okay.
just know him. I just figure it's what he's doing.
And then the health board,
Health, we have several, but we have supposedly 2 positions, and that is, then they are supposed to reside in Perry County. And that is our biggest challenge with that is having to first of all, live here and willing to serve. So I don't know what our way is around that.
working on the health board, then you've got, looks like you guys still have 2 openings for the health
Hospital
hospital
Association,
association.
Right.
And then you
not for
have
the board.
one for the board, and then you guys have one for the public defender board.
That's ours.
Mhm.
Okay.
So these are all positions that are open, and I just thought maybe if we announce these at the meetings, we might get some letter of interest.
Are they
As far
posted?
as, they are on the website.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
So they can view these on the website, but these are the ones, and then you also have a zoning appeals board position that's open. That's appointed by you guys, which also has criteria,
Do
so.
you know which one? I don't know where, again, party affiliation, if that's one of those, we need to clarify what, and a lot of it has to do, you can have no more than a simple majority on most of
And
those
members are
boards.
citizens appointed by commissioners, of whom one must be a member of a plan commission and the other 2 must not. So there's no party affiliation with the zoning.
Mm-mm.
It's just 3 members are citizens appointed by commissioners, of whom one must be a member of of the planning commission. The other 2 must not. So we're just basically missing the letters of interest for those. So they're on the website.
On the website, same thing.
Randy, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
On physicians, does it have to be a physician or can a nurse practitioner?
No.
It cannot be.
It says physician, but this is what
I've
Andrew's
asked
in the
the same
process of
question.
trying to,
Check and see.
right now, we had a couple of them that were residents of Perry County that were serving on that. One of them moved to Louisville and the other one retired, and he didn't ask to be reappointed. So today, a lot of the physicians work for a separate practice and are not necessarily citizens of the county, but state statute seems to point us that they have to be. So when we don't have that ability, then what's the next step, or what do we do? And that's where Andrew's working on trying to come to some type of an answer as to what, or get some guidance in that situation.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
asked-
we have
I've asked that
other
question.
health people that can
And-
serve if they were allowed to. So that becomes the question. All right. With that said, I'd entertain, our next meeting is Monday, March 2nd, 9 a.m. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Does this need to be signed?
Now where you